Hi, this is Carolyn with Carolina Crafting, and I'm coming to you with part 4 of my series of making your own designer series paper and then cutting the paper up to make some cards. So we've made 4 cards so far, and then this is what we have left. So we're going to cut this last piece we have of our designer series paper and make some cards today. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and with it turned the long ways, we're going to cut off a 5 1/4 inch strip. Okay, then you'll save this one to make another card. Then you're going to turn it to the opposite side, and we're going to cut off 3 1 1/4 inch strips. Okay, there's one. Second one. And here's the last one. Then you'll have this little strip you're going to save. Next, you're going to need your card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And then you're just going to arrange these strips on here, space them out evenly, and glue them down. And I'm going to glue the strips on the end and then kind of space my middle one in between them. Okay, and then all we need to do is a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to put that aside. Here I have a piece of cardstock that's 3 1/4 by 4 inches, and we'll stamp a greeting on it. And I'm going to use the Right Words. This is the stamp set we used last week on our cards. And I'm going to use Thinking of You, and on the inside I'll stamp a lot. And I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape ink again. Okay. And then for the inside, this is just a piece of white, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay. And then we're ready to glue these down. And then for the piece that goes on the front, I believe I'll put it on some dimensionals. Okay, there's your 5th card from the series. That was put together really quickly, and we've got another one to make. So with our last couple of little pieces of paper here, we're going to make some cuts and finish out with one last card. So let me bring my paper trimmer back in. With the smallest piece, you're going to put it long ways across here and just cut a 1/2 inch off the end here. And you can toss that little scrap away and you'll use this. Then with this piece, you're going to cut 1.5 inches, 3 1/2 inch pieces off of it. So there's 1, 2, 3. And you'll have this tiny little scrap here to throw away. So to complete this card, you'll need a card base. Again, I'm using Pool Party for my card base today for both cards. Then you'll need a coordinating piece of cardstock that is 5 inches by 3 1/4 inches. I used my punches and punched out a 1 3/4 inch circle and a 1 7/8 inch circle, and this is Gorgeous Grape. And then, of course, a piece of white to put on the inside. So, you're going to arrange your pieces on this 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of cardstock. Something like this. And once you get them how you want them, you'll glue them down. Can't quite decide what I want to do with mine. Maybe like that. Let me move it up a little. Okay, and once you have all your pieces glued, you can glue that onto your card base. Okay, now all we need to do is add our stamping. So I'm going back in with the same stamp set, The Right Words, and this time we're going to use You're So Kind to put on the outside, and Thanks So Much for Thinking of Me on the inside, and we'll use Gorgeous Grape ink. Okay, and now all we need to do is put it together. So we'll glue this piece on the inside of the card. And I'll glue my greeting on my Gorgeous Grape circle. And then once again, I'll use my dimensionals just to pop it up off the card. There we go. Okay, and that's all of our cards. We've made 6 cards from our designer series paper that we made out of colors we like. And let me bring the rest of them back in to show you. So here's the 2 we made tonight. You're So Kind, Thinking of You. The first 2 we made was a thank you. And this, You Make Me Smile. And our last 2 were, this was I Wish I Had the Right Words, and a happy birthday card. So tell me in the comments which one you like the best. Happy birthday, You Make Me Smile, Thinking of You, Wish I Had the Right Words, Thank You, or You're So Kind. I think my favorite one may be the happy birthday. I like this kind of little banner cut to pieces of paper. So I think maybe it's my favorite. I'm not sure. But I appreciate you watching this series as we wrap it up tonight. If you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also hit the notification button. That way you won't miss anytime I post a new tutorial. Thank you for watching.